Everyone, today I'm going to do a video to show you the new Stampin' Cut emboss machine, which will be launched to customers next Tuesday on September the 1st. So this is a picture of it in the catalogue. It's on page 170. I got mine as a demonstrator this month, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It's much better than my old Big Shot, which to be honest has had many years of use. So it's a lovely colour. It's white and it's got two arms that come out, so it's a nice sleek finish to carry, and it's not actually that heavy, and these arms just come out like that, so it's better for storage. You've got the Stampin' Up logo there, you can see on both sides and also on the two arms as well, and the handle is really easy to turn. It comes without the handle attached, but they give you instructions. It's very easy to attach it. So amazingly, the plates are all numbered. So this is the base plate, number 1. So that will always be down. And this is the second plate, number 2, which is for die cutting. For embossing, you just have the base plate. And they've got all the instructions written on the plates as well. So I'm going to be showing you cutting first. So I'm going to put that down. These are the two, number 3. There are 2 plates for the sandwich for cutting. And then you've also got a 4th plate, which you use with the 3D embossing folders. If you're using just an ordinary embossing folder, such as this one, which is called Winter Snow, you use the 2 clear plates and just number 1. If you're actually doing the new 3D folders, such as this one, which is Evergreen Forest, then you basically use the base plate only with number 4 on top. So I'll be explaining that as I go along. So I'm going to show you cutting first. So I've got my base plate number 1 in, I put number 2 in, and then I need my 2 clear plates. You can see that this one has been used already, and so I'm going to put this one on the bottom and this one on the top. So I'm going to put that one there, and then I've got my cardstock ready with a rectangular die on it. So I'm going to put the other clear plate on top to make the Big Shot sandwich, and then you just hold on the handle and it just goes straight through. So you crank it through, you hear a little crack, that's always a good sign, and back. Now with my other Big Shot, I had a slight problem with a couple of these dies. It didn't cut properly. I had to put it diagonally, which is always a good idea if you're having problems, but with this Big Shot it's come out straight away, so an improvement already in that. So that's the die cutting. It also does intricate dies. This is one of the snowflake dies from the Snowflake Wishes suite. Cut out really well. I just had to use the mat and the brush because it's an intricate die to get some of the pieces out. And if there's just a last few little bit, there's one little bit there. But basically it cut through completely. I just had to, with intricate dies, you sometimes just have to have your pierce. You take your pick tool just to be able to poke through the odd little bit. So that's that one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some embossing. So for embossing, you take off plate number 2, and I'm going to use the Winter Snow embossing folder first. So I've just got my plate number 1. I'm putting a clear plate number 3 and a second clear plate number 3 like that. And then I'm just going to go straight through, and I won't need to go back because it's an embossing folder, so I just take it off. You can go back if you want to, and this has come out really nice. So you can see that's beautiful embossing, very clear, and that's the deboss side and that's the emboss side. If I wanted to, I could add a bit of ink and just put it through and get a nice bit of blue shading on there as well. So that's the ordinary embossing folders. Now we're coming on to the 3D embossing folder. So this one is called Evergreen Forest, and they recommend that if at all possible you have the hinge going through the machine first. So the other recommendation with these embossing folders is that you spritz the cardstock before you put it through. I recommend it with this one in particular. Spritz it with water and you'll find you'll get a better impression, and it does make a difference actually. So I'm just going to put that on like that. I've got my base plate 1. I have then got to take off my clear plate 3, put that hinge first, and I get my plate number 4 to put on top. and this is for the new 3D embossing folders. And just run it through, and I'll just run it back, and then you'll be able to see how nicely it embosses. And then that's embossed beautifully, lovely, clear, intricate embossing. Looks really, really nice. So that is the Evergreen Forest embossing folder. And then if you have an old embossing folder from a previous catalogue, such as, for example, this one, which is, well, this is from this catalogue actually. It's Pinewood Plans Dynamic Textured Embossing Folder, but it was before they changed to the new 3D folders. No problem with this new machine. Keep the base plate 1, put that on top, hinge first. Could have spritzed it if I'd wanted to, and you have a clear plate on top because it's a different height. Run it through. I can feel a slight plant pressure. Never ever force this machine. If you find what you're trying to emboss or cut isn't going through, it's usually because you've got the wrong sandwich. So never ever force it. Always check your layers and so on. So this was an old type 3D embossing folder, and it's come out perfect with just base plate 1, the cardstock in the folder, and then you've got a clear plate. But for the new 3D embossing folders, you have to use plate number 4. Now, if I just refer back to the catalogue, you will be able to get new clear plates from September the 1st. And also we have here a magnetic plate as well. Here we are, magnetic cutting plate. And it's all magnetic, not little spots as the old one was. £22, a thin, fully magnetic sheet with self-healing cutting surface. Magnetic cutting plate holds dies securely in place, even nested dies. Its slim portable sheet replaces a cutting plate in your sandwich, making it easier to take with you. So this will be available from September the 1st, as well as other spare plates and so on. So this is on page 172 of the catalogue, as well as the Take Your Pick die brush tip with 2 mats for £8.25. So I hope you found this helpful. The mini stamp and emboss machine, stamp cut and emboss machine, is coming out hopefully before Christmas. They haven't given us a date yet, but we're looking forward to that. So that will be slimmer and trimmer. But I wasn't actually going to buy this, but I'm really glad that I did, because I know it's going to make a much easier cutting and embossing experience for me, particularly preparing for classes. So I hope you found this helpful. If you want any information, more information about it, you can contact me, Fanny Stafford 7@gmail.com, or you can ring me 07812 925 950, and I'd be very happy, if you haven't got another demonstrator, to order one for you or to give you more advice and help. Thanks for listening. Bye.